TRACY Watkins Last updated 2042, March 22, 2018. The Prime Minister revealed that parenthood was one of several things she discussed with the former US president. It probably struck an odd note with many Kiwis that Barack Obama spent 2 days on a golf course with former Prime Minister Sir John Key before he and Jacinda Ardern got some face time. It might also seem odd that Ardern was not among the 900 guests who attended a glitzy dinner for the former US president. But underscores the nature of Obama's visit. Former President Barack Obama received an official welcome from Ngāti Whātua at Government House in Auckland before a private meeting with PM Jacinda Ardern. Obama is still a rock star on the world stage. That star power is now marketing gold and has been firmly protected by his corporate sponsors, including Air New Zealand. Read more, narrow win for Team NZ as Barack Obama tees off with John Key in Northland Porphyry, meeting the PM, dinner and more golf for Barack Obama's second day Obama's dinner guest list is a who's who of business and politics. Pictures of Obama teeing up against a spectacular scenic backdrop are already being widely used by the airline. Former US President Barack Obama is welcomed with a porphyry in Auckland at Government House before his meeting with Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern. For Ardern, devoting an evening listening to Obama speak, on top of their private one-on-one session, would have looked like overkill. Likewise Foreign Minister Winston Peters, who also begged off for work reasons. Apart from anything else, attending would have put them in an uncomfortable position. The rules imposed by Air New Zealand and Obama's marketing team include a no social media, no photographs, no recordings rule about what the president said at Thursday's dinner. Former U.S. Ambassador to NZ Mark Gilbert, Barack Obama, John Key and Craig Heatley on the golf course. That's to protect Obama's corporate sponsors, who paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to bring him here, with a promise of exclusive access for the who's who of New Zealand's rich and famous making up the guest list. But it doesn't sit well with a public figure like Ardern. The porphyry at Government House was an indication that Obama still has stature in New Zealand, even though it was not an official state welcome. Obama's lack of public engagements reinforces that this was very much a private visit. It was also a long time coming. From their very first meeting, Obama promised Sir John Key he was going to make it to New Zealand someday. If he had managed to make it at any time while he was in office, the symbolism would have been huge. When Sir John and Obama first met under the shadow of the global financial crisis, relations between New Zealand and the United States were still officially a little chilly. While there were a score of officials and politicians who can probably claim some of the credit, there is no doubting that the reset in US-New Zealand relations was largely down to them. And while the US changed its stance for largely strategic reasons, its pivot to the Pacific under Obama, and our budding relationship with China, a growing power within the region, boosted our strategic importance to the US. Personal chemistry between Key and Obama was also a factor. But Obama was never able to make his promise of a visit to New Zealand work with his diary. That personal chemistry eventually paid off for Air New Zealand, however, when Key was able to call up Obama and his phone list of contacts and persuade him to finally make that visit. A lucrative speaking fee also helped. But as Ardern herself noted, there was still plenty for her to learn from Obama, as one rookie world leader and political nerd, to another former world leader, not least of which was some advice on parenting. She asked Obama how he dealt with the guilt of being a parent and a world leader, and his advice was to do the best you can, which is probably useful advice, even if it is a bit generic.